Hi, my name is May Palakpak, creator of Fully Housewife, The Wiser Years. Welcome to my homeschool podcast. In this podcast, my husband Jay and I will be talking about our lifestyle and our journey as a homeschooling family here in the Philippines. We will be talking about what we do and what we do not do, and how we raise and educate our 3 children who happen to be creatives and artists. We will be talking about our wins, our losses, and our mistakes. And we will also be talking to other seasoned homeschooling families to give you a better picture. So other homeschooling families can figure out and customize their homeschool journeys based on all of our experiences. Catch us weekly on Fully Housewife, The Wiser Years Homeschool Podcast. Hi everyone, welcome to Fully Housewife, The Wiser Years Homeschool Podcast Season 2. And today, my guest is one of my friends, Glyza Macapalag. She is currently in Japan, but I met her here in the Philippines. We were in the same church. We were in the same Bible study group. She and her husband, Joven, started out in the ministry, serving in the campuses. And later on, married na sila nito. They went to Bukidnon with their children and they served in the kids ministry there. Glyza actually headed the kids ministry in Bukidnon, which made me very, very proud because kids church kami ni Jay. She's a homeschooling mom of 3, but right now 2 of her children are now studying in Japan alongside other Japanese boys. And her daughter has recently passed her flying colors, the PEPP. So hello, Glyza. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about your journey? Paano ba kayo napunta dyan sa Japan?
Okay. Yung husband ko kasi, no, si Joven, he is working in an IT company. So, yung company na yon, they have this opportunity na makapunta dito. So, kinuha siya dito to work with their client. Kaya,
Mm.
ito na siya actually, nauna siya for 2 years and then sumunod lang kami after.
Okay. Bakit kayo sumunod?
Eh, hindi namin kaya na wala walang
Yes.
father sa family. Yeah.
Yes. You have 2 boys, and a girl that's already dalaga.
Yeah, kasi that time, teenager na si Samantha. So I have 3 kids nga, no? Samantha is 14, Samuel
Mm-mm.
is 12, and then Simon is 7 years old.
Si Simon, my favorite. So you went to Japan. Did you ever consider schooling status ng mga bata when you went there?
Sa unang-una, hindi namin siya na-consider kasi our status here in Japan is not a long-term plan in the beginning. So,
Mm-mm.
yung decision namin to follow him is yun nga, para for the meantime na nandito siya, magkakasama pa rin kami. But we
Mm-mm.
have no plan to stay ng matagal. So,
Mm-mm.
actually, up to now, we are still praying about it. Kung talagang pang long term ba kami or hindi. But currently, because Japan is Japan, and
Mm-mm.
have different, ang kanilang system for education here is very different in the Philippines. Kaya namin
Mm-mm.
siya na-consider here in Japan, sa elementary days, para ka na rin nag-homeschool. Kasi
Yeah.
different yung kanilang approach. They really teach the character building, yung discipline, di ba? Sila yung naglilinis ng
Yeah.
school, walang janitor in school.
Mm.
They serve one another pagka lunchtime. Sila yung
Mm.
nagsiserve. So, yung mga bata, nagsusuot sila ng talagang pang chef attire to really serve. May
Mm.
assignment sila. And then, naka-assign din sila na maglinis.
Yeah.
Very maganda kasi yung system nila. So, that's
Yeah.
why na-consider namin to ipasok yung dalawang boys.
Actually, we see that a lot in the internet nowadays, di ba? There are like viral videos and
Mm.
showcasing how they're teaching the Japanese kids to first be responsible with the chores. Actually, not necessarily house chores, but with life skills, di ba?
That's true.
Trust
Mm-mm.
them with this life skills that normally we only teach older kids or teenagers already. Minsan, ini-introduce na natin yung life skills dito. High school na di ba? Or teenager na, ay, you're
Feeling natin,
matanda ka na. Yes. You're
Yeah.
13 now, it's time to be responsible. But in Japan, they start teaching them how to be responsible even when they're young. So I want to go back first to how you started your journey in homeschooling. Ako alam ko na to, but I want our listeners to know.
Siyempre, ang pinaka nag-introduce sa akin ng homeschooling ay ikaw. Very good friend, Maid. So, it's 2018, I think Samantha is 8 years old and we are currently naka-enroll sa traditional school. I think 2017 that time. And then naririnig ko na yung homeschooling. And then from our victory group, yan nga no, so nalaman ko na nag-homeschool kayo and na-curious ako about it. Pero talagang ang trigger point sa akin is yung time na talagang sa school nila is medyo um, nagkaroon ng problem. Parang nagkaroon ng mga pornography
Ah, okay.
something sa
Yeah.
mga mali. So parang sabi ko hindi ito yung magandang environment for kids that time. And
Mm-mm.
then, yun nga, every time na ano tayo, nag-victory group, nakikius ako sa mga anak mo, Ate May. Kasi parang well-behaved sila talaga and talagang nakikipag-usap sila sa even na malalaki, 'di ba? Yung mga kuyas in the church, talagang they communicate and sabi ko, paano nangyayari yung ganitong ano, no? I want that ano kind of attitude na hindi takot makipag-usap. So doon nag-start yung aming homeschool journey. So 2017, so we decided 2018 hindi na kami mag-enroll
Mm-mm.
optional school. And
Mm-mm.
then, nag-research na, nag-aral na, nagngungulit na, di ba? From time to time, laging nagtatanong at madaming inatenan na seminar to really understand kung ano ba talaga yung homeschooling.
And then how did you come to choose School of Tomorrow Paces? Kasi kami, honestly, for the benefit of those who are listening and don't know yet, we also came from School of Tomorrow and we love the curriculum. It's just that, as I always say, even in my blogs, we have a certain set of circumstances that does not make it work for us. So sadly, we had to leave the system of School of Tomorrow. But if we started, we always say this, Jay and I, had we known about SOT, had we really considered SOT when the kids were starting out, we would probably be finishing up with them. So tell me how you got to School of Tomorrow.
School of Tomorrow, siya, bukod sa na-introduce mo sa akin yung School of Tomorrow, and I also do my research naman sa ibang mga providers,
Mhm.
nagustuhan ko talaga siya kasi yung materials, unang-una,
Yeah.
naka-ready na. Eh, ay medyo ano kasi ako that, parang I can't, I'm not that type of person na parang I cannot prepare the ano, the mga kailangan naming aralin. Parang it's not, hindi ako ganun ka-confident pa that time. So,
Mm.
which is yung sa School of Tomorrow, naka-ready na siya. And ang number one is actually the Bible-based curriculum.
Yeah.
We want for the kids to really know God. And nakakatuwa kasi na that time, nung nakita ko yung materials, na talagang they're learning at the same time, nakikilala nila si Lord, na parang, ito pala si Lord. Di ba? Parang kasi sa that time, parang level 2 they're ano na teaching kung paano na-create yung mundo
Yeah.
natin. So, nakakatuwa kasi yung mga season, so doon ako na hook sa School of Tomorrow na talagang it's Christian curriculum.
It is. It is. Yeah. How long were you with SOT before the pandemic struck?
So, we started 2018 with SOT.
And then there was a pandemic, and then I remember that you informed me that you were moving already to Bukidnon. So
Mm.
why did you decide to go to Bukidnon at that time? How did you navigate? Because in Bukidnon, obviously, homeschooling is not very common. So I
Mhm.
can only imagine that homeschooling there is not very popular. So
Totoo, yeah. Konting-konti lang
Oo.
yung
Just so let's just be real. Sometimes it's difficult to be different in when everybody else is doing the same thing. It's so hard to explain, right? So
yeah.
tell me about that journey in Bukidnon.
Actually, yung journey namin sa Bukidnon, hindi talaga namin naisip about our homeschooling journey first. Kasi ang journey namin, because napunta kami doon, I got COVID kasi nung year 2021, and that time,
Right.
I'm 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, yun yung time kasi second wave. So, sa bahay lang. And then, namatay yung baby namin that time, 2021.
Mm.
And that's the reason why we moved to Bukidnon after that incident. So
Yeah.
parang, you want to, ano man, to unwind, parang
Mm.
gusto mo munang maiba yung, kasi di ba nakakulong lang tayo sa bahay that time. So, parang feeling ko hindi ko kakayanin ng for the long, long time pa na magstay kami doon. And
Mm.
that's the reason why we moved to Bukidnon. Hindi pa namin naisip kaagad what will happen to our homeschool journey that time.
Mm.
It's just so, ano lang talaga, grateful kay Lord kasi pagdating namin doon, may community na-connect kami sa church community also. And also, kilala rin kami ng mga ibang homeschoolers.
Mm. Okay. Meron din.
Meron din, pero parang kami kasi yung parang, yun nga, parang kami yung matagal. Parang sila naman maliliit pa din yung mga.
Okay. So how was that like to
So,
be
medyo
around?
it's parang nakahinga-hinga rin na in a way na kasi may activities kaming napupuntahan together with their
Okay.
kids that time. So, it's a good point for us na meron pala ding mga homeschoolers dito kasi nga nung umpisa hindi naman talaga namin siya inisip na magstay kami for long also in Bukidnon dahil nga ang plan lang is to really have a rest like 2 months. It so
Mm-mm.
happen na naging 2 years na nakatira kami sa Bukidnon.
Okay. It was supposed to be a vacation only, but you
Bukid.
got a house already.
Yes, kasi pagdating namin doon sa Bukidnon, so wala kaming kamag-anak,
Mm.
wala kaming kakilala. We only have a friend from church
Okay.
na tumulong sa amin na pinatira kami sa house nila for I think a week or two. Kasi nga ang plan namin is magpahinga lang. But
Mm.
then, alam mo, talagang hindi mo alam kung ano gagawin ni Lord sa buhay mo. So, nakakita kami ng bahay na
Mm.
malapit sa kanila. And then,
Mm.
yun, nag-rent kami. And then,
Mm.
nagtuloy-tuloy na because that time, yung mga bata, di ba, kasi pandemic, so talagang hindi nakakalabas.
Yeah.
And in that area, nakakalabas yung mga bata kasi it's not that katulad sa Manila na sobrang strict na so doon kasi nasa village so
Yeah.
meron silang nakaka-connect sila sa other kids at parang
Mm.
nagkaroon kami ng pangalawang alam mo yung parang second na pangalawang buhay after that na
Yeah.
hindi man ganun kahigpit dito so natuwa kami kasi yung mga bata pag umuulan ang saya-saya lang sa labas ng bahay so talagang yun yung reason din kaya nagstay na kami in Bukidnon.
Yeah, but what I liked about your stay in Bukidnon, it's not just some simple activities for kids, because they were exposed to yung bukid, the farm life, right? Tas meron kayong parang big slide. Am I right? There was a big slide. Was it a mudslide?
Mudslide, yes.
Oh, there was a big mudslide, and of course you have the church there. So why don't you tell us more about what your kids were doing differently out
Yeah.
there? Kasi iba dito, di ba, parang malls. Tapos park lang tayo na ang crowded pa. Ang liit-liit ng park, crowded.
Yan,
Nakaka-
naaalala ko noon, no, nung pandemic, talagang ginagawa namin ng paraan na ilabas yung mga bata dyan sa Manila. Like, sa gabi, we will really go to park dyan sa BGC para lang makagalaw yung mga bata. Pero with the nakamask pa rin and everything and
yeah.
restricted pa rin. Pero doon sa bukid noon, parang talagang I'm free. Parang
Yes, yes.
my friend owns a farm. So, doon kami nagstay sa farm nila for a time. Tapos, yun, gumawa kami ng mudslide. Actually, sa kanila yun. So, may ginawa silang mudslide. And doon, sobrang tuwa ng mga kids to experience that. And also, along the way, pag may pupuntahan kami, makikita nila may nag-harvest ng mga vegetables. So, bababa kami, tapos sasabihin namin, pwede po ba kami maki-harvest?
Ah,
Papayagan sila. So, tuwang-tuwa sila kasi very,
yeah.
nahahawakan nila from talagang lupa sila yung
Yes, di
kumuha.
ba? It's out of the textbook kasi di ba, in elementary textbooks, di ba, we only see drawings of farmer, black and white pa nga, di ba? Drawings of farmers na may hawak na kung anong something, minsan upo or some. But this one, it's not straight from the grocery. This one's from nature talaga. So, na-experience nila yon. So, was there a change in your children because of that? May nagbago ba sa kanila, sa pananaw nila sa buhay? Because the environment is totally different from Manila.
I think mas ano eh, mas naging happy sila
Yeah.
sa surroundings, mas naging expressive sa
Yes.
nararamdaman nila. Excited every
Naano na
day.
that. Oo.
Mm.
Excited every day. What time do they wake up?
Maaga kaming gumigising doon sa bukid eh. Kasi maaga
Oo.
rin tulog. Kasi yung mga first ano namin, tira namin doon, talagang naninibago kami kasi talagang 7 p.m. tahimik na lahat. So
Oo
wala
nga.
kami,
Oo.
wala kami magawa kung di matulog na lang din.
Oo. So the kids there are very healthy. No?
Very healthy kasi yung pagkain din, wala kaming katulad in Manila, di ba? Paglabas mo may mall na agad, you can buy
The sleeping habit. Diba?
10 or
Before 9 or before 10, if they're sleeping na, diba? Yun yung
yeah.
healthy time eh. Yeah? Okay,
Mm.
so going back to PACES, what were the specific challenges you had with the curriculum? Of course, it's a great curriculum. We both agree on that. But
Yeah.
were there some challenges that you encountered with it?
Yeah, meron, madami din siya. Siguro, for the paces kasi, since on your pace ang ano dyan eh, so parang wala kang deadline. So,
Yes.
parang you can do as many as you can, or mag-goal ka lang. Basta ma-meet mo yung goal mo, okay ka na, you can do anything.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes.
Parang ganun. So, siguro, dahil na iba yung environment namin, medyo naging relaxed din kami in our homeschooling
Mhm.
materials. Parang mas napapa-priority namin pag may mga activities outside. Like, may mga pupuntahan, like sa church community, or may mga activities na kasi parang, oh, we need to go there. Parang, after
Yeah.
what happened to me during COVID, parang, the lesson there is you really don't know kung until kailan ka lang, you know,
Yes.
kung hanggang
Yes.
kailan ka na lang dito sa mundo. So parang that's the time na talagang, sige, let's enjoy this. Parang
Mm-mm.
kung anong available, puntahan natin, gawin natin. So, ang naging challenge ko talaga is sa panganay ko, no? So talagang medyo naging relax, as in relax, na hindi na sana so parang konting-konti na lang yung nagagawa niya sa pieces. But she's very active naman in church. So,
Oo.
nagkaroon siya ng community, nagkaroon siya ng mga ates and kuya, and
Mm.
na ano siya na sa music and sa
Mm-mm.
art, 'di ba kasi nagpi-painting siya. And thank you sa also to you kasi ikaw din ang nag-introduce sa kanya how to paint. Na up to now talagang ano niya, talagang in a week meron siyang time to do painting on her own.
Oh.
So yun naman ang ano namin, ang hindi rin naman siya nasayang that time. Pero na-delay kami in terms
Mm.
of sa leveling or sa record sa DepEd dito sa
Oo.
Pilipinas.
Sa DepEd Academy.
Add-on ko pa kasi prior to that pa, actually yung homeschooling namin, I know that God really prepared us for this journey.
Yeah.
And kasi 2018, nag-start kami ng homeschooling. And it's
Mm.
so we transferred from our home dun sa bahay namin sa Taguig to
Mm.
our bahay dyan sa Makati, sa family
Mm.
ko talaga, sa mom ko, no? Ang bahay
Okay.
namin. Nag-transfer kami no 2018. And then
Mm.
may mga challenges kami sa side ko sa family.
Mm. Mm.
Like mayroon akong relative who got convicted and I need to help that person. So ako yung tumulong sa kanya. I
Mm.
took care of the yung mga anak. So
Yes.
imagine that time, Ate May, nadala-dala ko yung mga anak ko sa loob ng kulungan and we're doing homeschooling. We're doing our paces there inside.
Oo.
May mom nagkaroon siya ng cancer.
Oo
And
nga.
I'm
Remember this
also the
one.
one.
Yeah.
Grabe talaga yung tulong din ng homeschooling sa amin. I also naka-extend din siya sa ibang pamilya ko na
Yes.
kailangan ako during that time.
Yes.
Yun, kaya medyo din talaga, nag-start na rin yung mga delays namin in the DepEd.
Manila pa lang. Yeah. Yeah. Pero, when you look back at it, when I look at it, it wasn't really wasted time. Because first of all, you were prioritizing what really matters in life.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
It's a good example to show your children. You were prioritizing your family. You were prioritizing people, di ba? You were prioritizing more than just doing the rigid structure and just to follow the curriculum. You were showing them what it's like to be human. And the thing about Bukidnon din, tama ka dun di ba? Enjoy life because life was, well, I'm not saying be irresponsible and just mag-enjoy ka na huwag tamad na lang. But what I'm saying is, I think this is the one thing that I appreciate about you because it's something that I struggle with, di ba? I do want to do that, but you have this big heart for people and you open up to people. I think that your children will carry that with them as they grow old, that it will be the same for them. Maybe you have an introvert child like me, but there will always be that thing that, my mother always took time to take care of other people and set aside the least important things. I mean, I think it was really great the fact na you were mother to two families, di ba?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question now is, because when Samantha was in Bukidnon, I remember you mentioning to me that she became interested in going back to traditional school, back in Bukidnon pa lang. So how
Yes.
was that for you? How did you guide her through that? Because it wasn't immediate eh. You weren't able to put her back in traditional school right away.
Yeah.
How did you navigate that?
That time, since si Samantha na connect na siya no sa community and
Mm.
mga other people na pumapasok talaga sa traditional school. So nagkaroon na siya ng interest na she really wants to go to traditional school. And the two boys actually, in-enroll ko sila sa traditional school that time because they requested and I want them to see kung ano yung gusto nila for them to see it.
Yeah.
So si Samantha kasi during that time, since delay kami for the records in DepEd curriculum, hindi ko
Mm.
siya kaagad na ipasok kasi imagine how old, mga 12 years old siya that time and
Yeah.
we're doing lower grades in academically for the sake of record, no? So
Mm.
talagang in-encourage ko lang siya na if you really want to go to traditional school, you really need to finish your paces,
Mm.
your academics. So, nag-try naman talaga siya to really focus na sa paces. But,
Mm.
ayun, things happen. We moved to, to
Japan.
Japan.
Mm.
And we also try to do the PEPT and
Mm.
we also inquire in Bukidnon. Pero hindi kasi kami nakakakuha ng schedule that time. So,
Ah, okay.
we continue to do our pieces and then sabi ko na lang, let's see what will happen after.
Mm. Mm. Ano naman no? Like, she wasn't just, ano naman, it wasn't just like her doing the paces. Kasi sa totoo lang, we cannot really, kasi it happened to us also. That there was this bulk of paces that needs to get done to be able to move forward. You did it successfully eventually. Kami hindi, di ba? We had to take another route. Pero during that time, was there a period when your daughter was feeling discouraged and how did you help her through it? The delay.
Yeah, that time talaga, yun na yung umiiyak na ako kay Lord. Kasi nakikita ko na talaga siya na talagang parang Um, gusto ko na 'tong matapos, parang gusto ko na 'tong magawa. Pero since it's yung repetition kasi yung pieces, no? And mastery talaga siya. So, kahit alam niya na, wala siyang ibang choice kung hindi pagdaanan yung the rest of the piece lang.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
talagang kailangan niya siyang gawin. And it will really, it will take time to finish that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Especially pag pataas na ng pataas yung level, medyo ano na siya, more on readings, not like pag mga lower grade pa, madali pa kasi siya i-navigate. So,
Mm.
ano lang talaga yung, that time talagang, nilagi ko lang din siyang nire-remind na, ang ang level or ang record kasi anak, hindi naman yan talaga nasa paper lang. Kumbaga parang I always remind her na gusto kong tanggalin sa mind niya na yung delay, parang the
Yes,
delay
yes, yes.
word is
Correct.
it's not really ano talaga, totoo. Parang
It's not a homeschool lingo.
yes, kasi
That's part
hindi
of
ka
our
naman,
vocabulary. Mm-mm.
parang hindi ka naman nag-stop learning, parang ang dami naman ninyong,
Correct, correct.
ang dami
Correct.
mong experiences na hindi mo naman 'to makukuha if you're in the traditional school.
Yes,
Lagi
yes.
ko siyang
Correct.
sinasabihan na pagka hinalo kita sa ka-age mo that time, I'm
Mm.
very sure na kayang-kaya mo,
Yes, yes,
kaya mong lumaban, kaya mong makipagsabayan. So, you're
Mm-mm.
not delayed. This is just for the paper lang. Kasi nga, parang
Yes.
kailangan mo
For the
talaga,
reference lang. Mm-mm.
para ka makapasok doon sa age mo, tsaka doon sa level, kailangan meron kang paper na yun eh. Pero, I know naman na talagang hindi naman siya delay, no? Kasi hindi naman nga
Yes,
stop
yes,
learning.
yes.
So, that time talagang yun lang, yung nagdasal,
Mm.
talagang nag-ask din ng help sa mga ibang tao, kung ano ba yung mga options na pwedeng gawin, and also help her dun sa pieces niya talagang to really focus, na talagang kailangan
Mm.
discipline na this time, kailangan may discipline na tayo, that you really need to wake up early, and talagang set your goals, na tapusin mo siya. Kasi parang that time tapos na kami dun, medyo naglaylo naman kami sa mga extra activities. Kasi may
Mm.
gusto ka ng puntahan eh, kung may gusto kang mangyari. So we really need to focus
Yes,
this time.
yes. Okay. So when you moved to Japan, what were the changes that happened? Aside from, of course, nag-iba yung environment, iba na yung mga tao, they're speaking in Japanese na hindi na Tagalog. So, what was it like for the kids? Was it exciting? Was it something that they looked forward to? How was it for them?
For the two boys, they are very excited. Talagang pagpunta nila sa Japan, everything, actually, hindi lang about sa homeschooling. Sa lahat ng nakikita nilang bagay, the food, alam mo
Mm.
yun, yung mga parks and everything. So, sobrang na-happy sila sa Japan. And when we decided to put them in school here, parang syempre natakot din ako for them. Kasi especially, may marami ding naririnig about bullying sa
Yes, yes.
Japan, diba? Sa school, lalo na if you don't know their language, if
Mm.
different yung itsura mo. So,
Mm.
talagang may takot din nung una. Pero when I asked them, okay ba? Gusto nyo bang pumasok? And they said yes.
Mm.
Talagang, ano naman, inaral din, nag-ask din ng help sa mga ibang tao na nandito, and by the grace of God, nai-enjoy naman nila ngayon. Kahit hindi nila naiintindihan pa yung mga classmate nila, ang dami
Okay.
na nilang naging kaibigan, and ano, happy happy naman sila. Happy sila sa school, and we are very grateful
Because
din
it's
na
not academic heavy. Because
yes, parang naglalaro lang din.
yes, yeah, oo. So it's easy for them because it's not that hard because what they need they can watch and just follow the instructions
Mm.
based on what they watch. Yeah.
Tsaka yung mga teacher din, like their sensei, may support din kasi ang government here in Japan for the foreigners. So, which is nakatulong din sa amin na they have this time to really study Japanese language for free. And
Mm.
also, yun nga, we still continue our homeschooling, our paces here. So, hindi
Ah,
naman
okay.
hindi kami nag-stop to do the paces. Sinisingit-singit ko pa rin siya academically kasi I know that they really cannot understand the
Ah,
lesson. So,
yeah, I
medyo
get
ano pa, inaalalayan pa rin.
it. That's good. Ang sipag mo. Ang
Ang sipag
sipag.
nila. I'm very happy, sumusunod pa rin sila until now.
With with Samantha, what you did was you put her to Abotala.
Yeah, abot
How
talaga.
was it like? What was it like for her? Kasi I heard that she's friends with Audrey. Di ba? Mm-mm.
Yes, so we joined Abotala this year, 2024, no, for mga summer I think summer block of 2024. And
Before lang, hindi ba
yeah,
last? Ba?
no, 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 no. This
Okay.
year lang. Kasi nga, 2024 lang naman din kami nagpunta ng Japan. January this year. So,
Okay. Okay.
we're here year 2023 for vacation. That's a
Mm-mm.
3 month vacation. Pero
Mm-mm.
na-extend up to five months. So, medyo na-stay kami ng matagal. And then we decided to go back January of 2024 to
Mm-mm.
stay here.
Mm-mm.
So, what happened, since yung dalawang boys, meron silang, kumbaga, meron silang ibang pinupuntahan, like meron silang mga ibang kausap because they go to school nga. Si Samantha, we decided na mag-homeschool pa rin sa kanya kasi medyo mahirap naman na for the
For the
high
older,
school. Yeah, for
for
the older, for the high school yung dito sa Japan. So, Abot Tala is actually a answered prayer for us. Kasi
mm-mm.
it helps Samantha to connect with other people. O kahit
Yeah.
online, nakakausap niya. And si Audrey is her friend a long, long time before nag-start pa kami ng homeschooling with 2019 with Homeschool BGC.
Yes,
We're doing the theater class.
That's right. Oo, they met there kasi Awi pa, Abotala hasn't started yet.
Mm.
And Awi was teaching in homeschool at BGC.
Yes, oh yeah, I think. Tapos, magkakilala na sila that time. Pero, syempre, mga
Mm.
bata pa, hindi pa talaga sila good na
Yes.
friends. And then, nung nagkakita sila again sa Abotala, so parang yung connection.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-mm.
parang instant connect sila. And Samantha is very happy with Abotala because
Mm-mm.
since nandito siya sa bahay lang and doing the pieces, wala
Mm-mm.
siyang ibang other activities.
Mm-mm.
And Abotala parang naging hingahan ng parang ibang kind of
Yeah.
learning,
Yeah.
ibang tool
Yeah.
naman. Because
Yes, yes.
the classes are very parang talagang gustong-gusto niya, like the first niyang class I think is a fashion history class.
Okay.
Noon, so di ba more on sa art side kasi si
Yes.
Samantha.
Yes.
Medyo sobrang happy niya actually doon. Tapos the other classes, nakatulong din like mga public speaking since wala man
Mm-hmm.
siya kausap. We're doing the pieces here. It
Mm-mm.
really helped.
Yeah.
Abot is a big help for her.
Mhm. That's good. So what was her favorite class so far?
Ako ba yung favorite class ko? Wow, si Samantha.
Samantha.
Kala ko, what was your favorite class? I think Samantha really likes yung sa fashion history and about art, art thing.
Mm-mm.
Like, kasi meron din siyang class like sa scrapbooking, memory scrapbooking. So natutuwa siya eh. Lalo na here in Japan, in Daiso kasi ang daming mga items na for mga scrapbooking and everything. So yun yung I think that time yun talaga yung lagi niya kinukwento sa akin na gumagawa siya, nagra-write siya about scrapbooking, ganyan. And also the fashion history kasi from time to time, you need to have your OOTD. Parang,
That's
so,
nice. Oo. Kasi si Audrey, I think, was also doing the fashion thing, di ba?
yes,
Oo,
oo.
she liked the fashion also. Kasi the thing about Abotal is they can vote. I actually interviewed Awi for this season. So dalawa kayong taga Abotala actually right now.
Mhm.
So siya naman she talked about Cristo and his transition to Mint.
Mm,
Oh, kasi 'di ba college na?
yeah. Mm.
College na. So he took the GED.
GD, yeah. Oh, yeah. Na ano niya nga, na-mention niya nga about it.
Mm. So yon. The decision to return to the Philippines to take the PEPT, 'di ba?
Yeah.
What's it like? Tell me about that. Kasi you decided she was gonna do the PEPT.
Yes, kasi way back pa lang naman sa Bukidnon, nung sinabi niya na talagang interested na siya to go to traditional school.
Mm-mm.
Work na talaga namin yung sa PEPT na magkaroon siya ng magka-exam, mag-exam siya that time. Pero yun nga, it so happen na hindi nga kami nakakuha ng schedule. Pero that time kasi, mababa pa kasi din yung level niya. So parang yung
Ah,
mas confident pa ako na yan. Parang kaya-kaya
ah,
naman natin yung PEPT. Pero
ah,
this time, she's 14 and Ang current level niya na ginagawa sa SOT is
As
level
I,
4.
okay.
Level 4 and she's 14. If doon sa DepEd curriculum nga, supposed to be dapat nasa grade 9 na,
Mm,
10 na siya. So, since ang aming plan here in Japan is hindi pa talaga final, like for a long-term plan,
mm,
parang ano, yung route namin to do the PEPT, nakahang pa rin siya. Kasi nga, anytime na pagbalik namin sa Philippines, gusto
mm,
na talaga niya mag-traditional school. So, when
mm.
we're here in Japan, nag-ano na talaga, ask na ako for PEPT schedule. Pinapunta ko pa mismo dun sa DepEd na kasi they're not
Mm.
answering sa email. So,
Oo, dito mo to,
yung sister ko pumunta na talaga mismo doon to have the schedule. And nakakuha naman kami. And hindi ko alam kasi na pwede pala mag-online exam.
Hindi nila sinabi. They didn't inform, ano.
Since hindi nila,
Alam, you're coming from Japan, right?
yung pumunta na yung sister ko doon, sinabi
Yeah.
na pwede na. But the thing is, nakabili na kasi kami ng ano, ng ticket. Kasi that time,
Okay.
a-attend kasi si Samantha ng
Yes,
Gala
yes.
Night. So,
Avatar, yung ball. Oo.
parang inisa na lang namin. So, hindi namin alam na po pwede pala mag-online since hindi sila sumasagot sa email.
Yeah,
Pero,
but you're there naman for another reason. So okay lang din.
yeah,
Parang two birds with one stone. I think that's wise. Di ba?
exactly. Kaya
But,
medyo nabigla din kami na nung nakakuha na kami ng slot. Ay, totoo na pala, mag-exam na. So, parang in 2 months preparation. Parang 2 months preparation to really parang sineryoso na talaga to study.
mm,
Kasi yung una
mm,
naman parang hindi pa naman serious to really
mm,
have that exam. So, kung ano lang yung routine namin, ginagawa namin. Pero nung nakakuha na kami, totoo na talaga.
oo.
Tinanggal namin lahat ng ginagawa namin. And then, nagplan na na talagang ito yung mga kailangan i-take. Kasi 'di ba for the PEPT, you need to follow the DepEd curriculum.
Yes.
So, yung sa School of Tomorrow, it's US curriculum kasi, no? So, tapos,
Mm.
na-delay pa kami sa level ng DepEd curriculum. So, may mga topics talaga na hindi pa talaga alam. Na hindi pa
Actually,
talaga.
hindi naman. I think that that's the reason why nagkaroon ng grade level ang SOT, honestly. Because DepEd and SOT, they had an agreement. That's why nagkaroon ng grade levels. Because before, SOT did not have grade levels. So
Oh,
that's why they assigned grade levels for the sake of the DepEd grade levels yon. So it
yeah.
really wasn't designed to be like for level 4. Ito yung ano, it wasn't really like that. It's like paces talaga. But because they have to conform to the Department of Education because they are here. I think it was mentioned in the in the orientation. It was mentioned to us in the orientation that that was what happened, that they were complying to
Yeah.
DepEd. So that's why they had to specifically assign a certain number of paces per grade level, but it really wasn't like that.
Mhm.
Oo.
Okay. But the thing here is, ang medyo nakakakaba kasi sa amin talaga is the Araling Panlipunan subject.
Yes.
It's really history and you really need to know
Oo.
the history of the Philippines, di ba? Parang and the dates and all and some of the topic for I think level 7 or 8, talagang hindi pa talaga natatouch na,
Oo.
hindi pa talaga nababasa. So, yun talaga yung medyo nag-worry kami. But, yun nga, for that 2 months preparation, natuwa din naman ako kay Samantha that she's talagang nag-aral talaga siya. And malaking tulong ang School of Tomorrow, yung design of pagiging independent learner.
Yes, yes.
And to really yung goal to set
Mm.
the goal
Yes.
each day, 'di ba? Kasi nakita
Yes.
ko talaga sa kanya na talagang nag-i-schedule talaga siya kung ano yung aaralin niya kasi wala kaming ibang source of here in Japan eh. Not like dyan po pwede tayo kaagad tumawag, uy, can you help me to teach my ano ba? Parang ang ano, yung anak ko for this particular subject. But this time, talagang nakita ko talaga kung ano talaga yung naitulong ng materials ng School of Tomorrow na you
Yes.
really study, talagang
And
nagno-notes.
they're really not behind.
Yes, yun yung number one. So, yun lang talagang sa Araling Panlipunan, kasi English and the other subjects, I know na ano naman, okay naman
Yes.
yung kung anong alam niya na sa School of Tomorrow and also um, doon lang talaga sa Filipino and Araling Panlipunan, doon lang talaga medyo kami kinakabahan. Kasi in PEPT, di ba, pag na bagsak mo yung, I think, two
Yeah.
subjects,
Mm-mm.
need to repeat again the
Yeah.
entire thing. So, sabi talagang prayers talaga, Lord, please help Samantha to the wisdom na
Pag
kailangan.
ang nabagsak mo na subject, what happens? You just take that one subject.
I think you need to, ano, pwede mo siyang i-retake within a certain period of time after
But
you,
that subject lang, pag
that
one
subject,
lang. But if it's two, you have to
entire.
repeat the entire level. Okay, okay. At least that's clear.
Yeah.
Coming from someone who has the experience from it. Yeah. So if you are planning to take up the PEPT, don't be afraid to fail one subject because your child can still take it again. Try not to fail two subjects. Kaya mag-SOT na.
Kaya mag-SOT kayo.
Ay, teka, meron pag nangyari, di ba?
Yes, meron
Meron
pang.
pa. Yes, I wanna hear that one.
So, ito na nangyari. So, we went to Philippines to attend nga doon sa talagang, mayroon kami agenda for Abotala eh. Parang
Yeah.
side trip na lang nga to.
Ah, ah,
Yung
ah, ah.
PT namin na so happy na nakakuha kami ng schedule. And
Mm.
we're there, nakapag-registration na and everything. And we're just waiting for the time mag-start. And I think mga 10 minutes before mag-start,
Mm,
nag-cancel. So, nag-declare ang ano, Malacanang because may storm that time eh.
mm,
Nag-declare na walang pasok. So, ang
mm.
nangyari sa kanya, bumalik pa kami ulit ng, like, nagkaroon pa siya ng time to really enjoy Bukidnon. Kasi,
Yes. Mm,
instead na, ano, na parang mag-exam na dapat eh. Tapos, nagkaroon
mm.
kami ng time to review more actually.
Ah,
And
okay.
to ask other mga ates and kuya to help her in certain subjects. So, it's a good thing then for us na na-cancel siya actually.
Yeah.
And ang exam niya, online.
Yeah.
Online, here in Japan. Here na, dito na siya nag-exam.
Mm-mm. Sa Japan na. So how did you do that? Did you arrange it with them? You went to them and informed them that you cannot stay anymore for the reschedule and that if you can take it in Japan. Ganon yung ginawa.
The same day na dapat mag-exam siya. So they inform us na i-reschedule na lang. But I informed them nga na we will go back na sa Japan for after how many days kasi hindi naman kami matagal sa Philippines. So
Oo.
sila yung nag-email back sa akin ng
Nag-email na.
schedule.
Okay.
Nag-email naman sila agad. Parang after 2 days, nag-email naman sila ng schedule. Tapos dito na sa Japan na yung exam niya
That's good. See,
online.
meron palang ganon. Okay,
Ay,
so now
meron pa lang.
for those who need to take the PEPT and you are not in the Philippines, you don't need to buy tickets to come back. You just need somebody to go there and inform them that your child is not here at the moment.
Yeah.
You can take the test online.
Online. Yeah. Okay, it's case to case basis actually. Like nga for us na OF na wala sa Philippines. Tapos, you just need to email them. At pag wala talaga sumasagot, punta na lang kayo.
Yes, yes.
Diretso.
Kasi I would assume maraming nag-ano. There are a lot of people emailing them. And it's so hard to sort through all the emails. Marami din doon na I'm sure a lot of people are emailing them for the schools, di ba? Kasi that's what they're really focusing on, the brick and mortar ones. So during the test, how was it? Sabihin na ba natin ang result ni Saman?
Yeah, so yung during the result, so ang exam kasi nila is from 9
Mm-mm.
a.m. So that's Manila time until since maraming level kasi ang tinik niya is level 5, 6, 7, and 8. Since
Mm.
ang current record niya in School of Tomorrow is level 4. So, meron na siyang level 4. So,
Mm.
medyo mahaba yung kanyang time to have the exam. 4 I think that's 9 a.m. to 4 o'clock yung
Okay.
exam. So, nag-start talaga siya ng 9 o'clock talaga ng exam and may mga technical errors pang pangyayari pero okay
Okay.
naman na-solve naman siya. And walang ano ha, walang break.
Yeah, oh, you
So,
mentioned that.
yeah, but in the orientation, sasabihin nila na if you want to go to CR, parang you need to finish mo na yung level ng exam na ginagawa mo. But
Okay.
there's no break talaga, like lunch break. Pero hindi ako na-inform kasi na walang lunch break. Hindi ko
Okay.
naman natanong. So parang mga 2 p.m. na, hindi pa siya lumalabas ng kwarto kasi nasa room siya eh. Tapos
Mhm.
yung facilitator nandun din naka-monitor sa kanya. Sumisilip na ako sa door. Tapos sabi ko, Samantha, wala bang lunch break? Sabi ko gano'n. Sabi, I will ask ma'am. So nag-ask siya. Tapos sabi nga ng facilitator, technically wala talagang lunch break. Pero pag gutom na gutom ka na, sige, I'll give you 15 minutes break to have a quick lunch. Sabi gano'n. So paglabas ni Saman, Mommy, ang hirap. Sabi niya, nahirapan na siya sa level 7 and 8, syempre.
Awesome. Very far na. Oo.
Yeah, very far na. So, sabi ko, so what do you want? Tell them na lang to stop na kasi natapos niya na yung level 5, 6, and 7. Natapos niya na yung
Okay.
7. And then,
8 na.
8 na siya. So, parang nahirapan na siya sa 7. So, sabi niya, so, mahirap na talaga, ma'am. So, I'm sure parang baka hindi ko nakakayanin yung level 8. Sabi niya
Mm.
sa akin. So, sabi ko sa kanya, anak, what do you want? Tell them na lang to stop it na. Parang okay na tayo eh. Parang okay na tayo sa 5, 6, and 7.
Mm.
Pero, thankful ako kay Lord kasi iba rin yung spirit niya sa kanta na sabi niya na, Mom, no, I will finish it. Hayaan ko na lang na. I'll try and I'll ask God na lang to really help me answer it. So,
Okay.
tinapos niya yung level 8 na exam. In short period of time, na instead, I think 1 hour, natapos niya lang mga 20 minutes since hindi niya na daw talaga alam yung iba. Ang sabi niya, hindi niya na daw alam. Pero natapos niya yung
Mm.
exam.
Mm-mm.
And she's okay. Actually, before she took the exam, nagtatawanan pa nga kami. Sabi ko, ready ka na, anak? Alam mo, siya yung natatawa. Ako yung kinakabahan. Tapos after the exam, nagtatawa-tawa lang din siya. Sabi ko, Lord, kayo na po bahala. So, yun yung journey niya during that day na talagang ako yung nag-aantay sa labas ng kwarto para lang malaman kung ano na yung nangyayari sa kanya. Siya naman, chill lang pala siya nag-exam sa loob. Okay naman siya.
I actually know somebody who took the exam more than once. Now he just kept coming back to take the exam. Chill lang din. Eventually, because he's been encountering the same test, the same questions, he
Alam
was
niya na.
passed now on the third try. He
Mm.
already aced everything. But I'm not sure if he parang failed one subject lang and had to retake that subject. But the thing about him was he was on a temporary arrangement with a traditional school. So nag-transition na siya but without records until he passes the PPT. So if he doesn't pass it and he stops taking it at hindi siya na-accredit, baliwala yung records niya sa traditional school. But he was already attending the traditional school. And eventually, he passed naman after, I think, three tries.
Yeah. That's good, no? Pero yun nga because of that then, actually, you can take kasi the PEPT exam after 6 months na kapag exam ko. So, parang, yung parang, ka din na parang, okay lang anak, kung anong mangyari, we can still retake naman after six
Yeah.
months. Parang, and also the given time na nakapag-review siya, parang hindi talaga kami ganun ka-full. Alam mo yun, parang,
Yeah.
for the higher levels na ha, pero yung 5 and 6 I know, kayang-kaya naman, kayang-kaya niya. Pero for the higher one na, kasi may mga talagang, like, mga ibong Adarna, hindi naman talaga namin siya na, naaral pa. Talagang, parang ano lang, ano lang siya study about it.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
So, yun, thankful naman na natapos naman niya.
So she passed the eighth grade.
Past the eighth grade, yeah.
See? This is what I've been wanting to say early on. Because I know of a similar story of a child who was stuck in the lower levels in paces, but still aced the PEPT, just like Samantha. So this is why I'm confident about PEPT, because I've heard of stories like this before. And I've heard also of stories with SOT graduates who did so well in the academic when they transitioned to college, in the top colleges, uh,
Mm.
they were doing so well because nga of the training in the independent learning, independent study, and the attitude and the character that was molded while they were doing the paces. Kasi people think it's boring, it's just repetitious, and it does have those elements. But the thing
Mm.
about paces is you have to attend the orientation to really understand
That's
what
correct.
it's for. Because a lot of people assume about PACES and School of Tomorrow without knowing what it's for. If you know what it's for, you'd be happy to go along with it because you know that in the end there's a fruit, di ba?
Mhm.
The results will be beneficial to your child, which I think is how you feel about it, right?
Yeah, that's
Are you
why.
not glad na SOT ka?
Totoo, kaya love talaga talagang maganda ang ano, ang material talaga ng School of Tomorrow. I really love their ano, kung paano siya nagawa and
Yes.
kung paano rin naiintindihan ng bata yung
Yes.
lessons kasi talagang kino-coordinate niya rin talaga lahat sa Bible eh, like kung paano nangyari. So and which is at the end of the day, yun naman yung importante that from the very beginning din naman, that's why we also pinili namin mag-homeschool is for the building ng character nila, 'di ba? And for the discipline. And I
Mm-mm.
think yun malaking talagang natulong ng pieces material for them to really know God.
Mm-mm.
Talaga everyday binabasa, everyday sa lessons kasama si Lord kung paano siya sa buhay natin.
Yeah, in the fact that you mentioned earlier that yung paces nga, you don't need to prepare anything because it's there. That's just actually one of the smaller benefits of paces. There's more to it. First of all, I think that I don't know if it was the same with you, but we had a good advisor who was always ready to answer our questions. Di ba?
Yeah.
'Di ba? Reachable by phone kasi they were although I think there was a feedback on it was difficult to contact them by email. And you have to understand that SOT is a brick and mortar school. That's why they assign you mentors because the mentors are the ones that personally attend to the homeschooler. So, yeah, I still believe in SOT even if we
Yeah,
did
that's true.
finish with.
Actually, yeah, sorry about that. Actually, totoo, ibabalik ko lang yun nga, yung sa orientation nila. Kasi kailangan, maintindihan mo talaga yung direction nyo, no?
Yes, yes.
When you choose this kind of curriculum and this kind of material, kailangan talagang yayakapin mo talaga siya kahit minsan mahirap na talaga eh. But kailangan talagang ipaglaban siya. Kasi at the end of it, yung benefits. Kasi I
Yes.
remember, ang sabi mo sa akin noon, you know what, if you finish this material up to high school, kayang-kaya na sa college, magiging madali na lang. And habang habang patagal ng patagal kami sa School of Tomorrow, nakikita ko yung curriculum, nakikita ko yung kung gaano kaganda yung material. And totoo naman talaga na ganun yung nagagawa niya dun sa bata, no? And for that, marami nga ding mga nagsasabi na it's hard to call, it's hard to get help from School of Tomorrow. So far sa amin, hindi rin naman namin siya masyadong naging issue kasi
Mm.
just need to wait for them pagka ano,
Yes, oo.
email or call pag talagang emergency na kailangan tawagan and nakakausap naman namin.
Yeah. But in our case kasi I guess the only necessity we had back then was because we needed to buy the new set of paces already because we ran out already. Tapos na. Natapos na yung paces and we were not able to order right away. So yun lang. Yun lang yung naging ano naman. But when you look at it, it was really on us because we did not anticipate that the kids will be finishing the paces by that time. And for the benefit again of those who are meeting me for the first time, we are no longer with School of Tomorrow Paces, but it is one of the schools, if not the top school that I am recommending, because it actually worked for us for some time, even if we were unschooling. It filled in the gaps.
Yeah.
So it's really, really, I really, really recommend them. But like we always, that like what Glyza and I were saying, you have to go to the orientation. You have to listen and learn what it's about. You have to know the why. We hear that all the time, di ba? We hear that
Yeah.
all the time in entrepreneurs saying that, coaches saying, you have to go back to the why. You have to go back to the why. This is the why. The orientation tells you the why it was repetitious, why it's mastery, and why you have to set the goals, why it has to be done a certain way. There's a why to that. And if you understand that, no matter how tedious it would become at certain points, hindi naman all the time. For me, it wasn't at all. Wasn't tedious. It was only tedious for my son kasi he had that much to catch up
Yeah.
on. Oo, so parang with my son kasi, when he would look at the pile, nadi-discourage na siya, ang dami ko pang tatrabahuhin. That's why we had to get out. So, but yun nga, pinagsisisihan ko yan that we didn't go to them
Mm.
when we were starting out because, like, again, one of the things that I want to remind our listeners and our audience is don't just listen to hearsay. Know what it's about first. Because
Mm.
I listened to hearsay when we were starting out and thought that paces was the misconception that I was told it was. But when I finally learned more about it, I realized should have gone there from the very beginning. It was the perfect place for our kids. Okay, so passing the PEPT to the eighth grade was a huge accomplishment. It is, diba? I mean, I don't know how long you've been telling me about it. Na si Samantha is only in these spaces. I think years then, diba?
Oo. So,
Finally, you had the courage to go for it. You and Samantha. Kasi hindi lang naman si Samantha ang kailangan ng bravado dito, pati si Mami din.
yeah.
Diba? So you finally had the courage to go for the PEPT, and the result was she finished it up to the eighth grade and she's now in the ninth grade. So how has that impacted your daughter?
Um,
Your family as well. What does it mean to your family?
sa akin muna 'no, talagang malaking alam mo yung parang malaki talagang isa siyang nakahinga ka for that certain of question in your mind na parang
Yeah.
kasi kahit alam ko naman na yung anak ko hindi naman talaga siya delay and it's
Yeah.
only in paper, it's only in record.
Yes.
But alam mo yun, parang
I
maski yung anak mo,
understand. Yeah.
parang hindi ko naman maibigay yung information or yung nasa sa loob ko para ilagay ko sa kanya na no anak, you're this and your identity is this. But I know na, na siya, kasi teenager pa lang ate, 14 years old and medyo mahirap talaga pang, di ba, i-navigate yung feeling ng age na ito. So parang sometimes parang naaano ka din na nadadala ka na rin sa kanya na kung ano yung iniisip niya, parang ganito na ba talaga? Ito ba talaga? Pero minsan babawi na naman because we know that hindi naman yun talaga yung totoo. So, yung pag-pass niya dito sa exam, talagang it's a period of our question. Parang period na siya na anak, hindi ka talaga delay. It's only in record. And you're
Yeah.
doing great na
Yeah.
lahat ng aspect ng ginagawa mo and mga oras na in the past, hindi siya
Mm.
sayang. Marami kang natutunan, marami tayong natutunan as a family. Yun
It
yung
no, that the effectivity of homeschooling, that it's not limited to just academics. Kasi when you look at your journey, it was so well balanced. There's
yeah,
actually di pa nga well balanced. Di ba? There was a time when the academics was taking the back seat, and you were moving around, looking around, exploring their new Bukidnon, exploring Japan, 'di ba? But it's all education, 'di ba? The one that I interviewed somebody from SOT before, and it was also about the traveling, and she says the same thing, that there was so much education. They were rich in education simply because they were in different places and immersing in different cultures and environment. Di ba?
yeah. It's hindi lang naman siya naka-box lang talaga in that materials. Yung learning namin
Yes.
talagang if I will look back, talaga yung pinagdaanan namin kasi from Manila to Bukidnon, we
Mm.
experienced to travel, land travel eh.
Yes. Yes.
So, tawid dagat
Like,
siya.
kayo, ano nga pala kayo, ang tawag doon? By,
Nag-bus,
oo,
like,
that car, di ba? Yung metroro pa and stuff like that.
yeah.
That's fun.
So yun talaga yung opportunity talaga for them to really things, to really learn things, no? Yung along
Yes.
the way, paano ba tayo magsusurvive sa ganitong setup? And that's pandemic time eh. So parang
Yes.
hindi naman accommodating lahat na mapuntahan mo kasi nga may
Okay.
virus pa that time. So aware din sila kung anong meron sa labas. Tapos
Mm.
we took that opportunity to have parang field trip na rin, no? So this is the Mayon Volcano kasi dumaan kami doon. No? This is Mount Arthur. So, hindi lang kami nakabox dun sa curriculum na we have from the School of Tomorrow, but
What
every
amazing.
opportunity. Yeah.
God is so amazing. Kasi I mean, knowing you, at that time, you weren't really thinking of that as a plan na, our homeschooling is kailangan may travel. You're not like that, but God just set it out for you. Ang
Mhm.
galing. I see God's hand in all of it. Speaking of faith, so how does your faith play in this journey so far? The ups and downs of your homeschooling.
Grabe. Kung wala talaga si Lord sa
Mm,
buhay namin, talagang itong journey namin, I really want to highlight
mm,
kung yun nga yung paano gumalaw talaga si Lord sa life namin. Kasi I really cannot take the credit na ito yung ginawa ko sa kanila, ito yung pinagdaanan namin. But yun nga kasi we really don't know what will happen to us tomorrow. So,
mm,
every opportunity, every day, parang iba-iba siya ng scenario, iba-iba. And yung faith, yung relationship namin, ng family namin kay God, really helps us to really,
mm,
day by day, talagang araw-araw, iba-ibang grace yung kailangan, iba-ibang wisdom, iba-ibang how you look things, nag-iiba na eh. Parang
mm.
iba na rin yung
Yes,
maturity mo doon sa relationship mo kay God. And masasabi ko na if without God, hindi ganito yung magiging tingin
yeah,
ko sa aming buhay.
yeah. Is there a specific verse that comes to mind on that reminds you of God's hand in all of this? Kasi nag-period ka sa isang season eh, 'di ba? Yung
Yeah.
kay Samantha na yung tinuldukan nyo na hindi ka delay, 'di ba? You really are just right.
Mhm.
Just where God wants you to be. So what is the verse that comes to your heart?
Yung talagang lagi kong pinapanghawakan is that the Lord God has a plan for us. You know,
Mm-mm.
God has a plan for you, not to harm you, but
Mm-mm.
have a future, a great future. So, yun talaga yung lagi kong, sa lahat ng nangyari sa amin, I know that God has a reason,
Mm-mm.
may purpose si Lord. And
Mm-mm.
ang dasal ko lang talaga is to really, magamit kami ni Lord
Yeah.
kung nasaan kami, kung anong ginagawa namin is to really see God in our life and
Yeah.
to really help them kung mapakita kung ano ba yung buhay if
Mhm.
nauuna si Lord sa atin.
Yeah, it's good. So looking ahead, what are your plans for Samantha's right now educational journey? Now that she's eligible for the ninth grade and you're still gonna stay in Japan, so what's the plan right now? Kasi medyo
Oh,
rogue ka na ngayon because now you know, because you've experienced it na, oo
yes.
nga, it's not just all about the books. You've experienced it firsthand.
Yeah. So ngayon, iba na naman ang aming journey after that PEPT exam. So parang iba na naman yung season namin for this time. But since hindi pa kasi din talaga siya fixed na we will stay here for long period of time, we
Mm,
still need to decide for that and really pray about it. So ngayon, ang option namin for her
mm-mm,
now na natapos niya na yung exam, she's actually studying, learning for
mm-mm.
the gaps na talagang hindi naman niya naaral, no? Yung 7 and 8 na mga
Okay.
lesson. So,
Mm.
it,
Actually,
independent learning, parang gano'n na siya ngayon. So, nakakatuwa kasi siya mismo nakita ko meron siyang schedule. Monday, ito yung pag-aaralan ko. Tuesday, Wednesday, tapos meron din siyang day for her guitar and for her artwork, mga ganyan. So, nakaano naman, I think nasa direction naman kami in preparation if talagang will ni
mm,
Lord to go to the traditional school na by next year in the Philippines or here in Japan. We're in
mm.
this season na preparing her academically kasi we don't know kung anong
Yeah.
mangyayari sa kanya if nasa traditional school nasa next year.
Okay. So good. This story is so good. I want to congratulate Samantha for this, for working so hard. Her hard work has paid off because I know she really worked hard.
Yeah.
So mommy and daddy, congratulations for raising such a fine brood of kids. It's not just Samantha. We're talking about Samuel, Samantha, and Simon. So much to look forward in these kids. Thank you so much for gracing our podcast,
Thank
Glyza.
you.
And I look forward to hearing more about Samantha and Simon and Samuel in the future. I hope that in the future, you will still be open to sharing the rest of your journey with us here on the Homeschool Podcast.
Sure. Thank you so much for this tool, Ate May, no? Kasi marami ding natutulungan na mga katulad ko na we want to learn about homeschooling. And this tool kasi, this podcast, ito talaga yung reality na not in the book, but talagang experiences of different families na nagdaan. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.